Good morning everyone. Today the topic of my presentation is big data. I have picked this topic of big data because in the latest syllabi of BCA as well as BSc IT, under the subject of database management system, they have included this topic and much is not available in all the textbooks. So it could be quite informative for the students. They can use this for their reference. The contents of my presentation are traditional database tools, what is big data, what is the need of big data, area of applications of big data, why traditional database tools are unable to handle big data, tools used for big data, etc. If we talk about traditional database tools, we do have relational database models as the base for all the database tools so far. We used to have Oracle, MySQL, Postgre, etc. All are based upon relational model in which data is going to be stored in rows and columns, which is quite stringent. But as the needs are changing, these tools cannot store data in unstructured and semi-structured format. So there is a need of tools capable of handling changing data needs. If we talk about what is big data is a collection of data sets so large and complex that it becomes difficult to process using traditional data processing tools. More precisely, big data is about 3 V's: high volume, high velocity, and high variety information assets that demand cost-effective, innovative forms of information processing for enhanced insight and decision making. If we analyze 3 V's definition of big data, it can be divided in 3 parts. First is high volume. High volume means data is in large amount, that is in petabytes or zettabytes. High velocity means speed with which data is being created is quite high. And high variety means more types of data, structured, semi-structured and unstructured, are to be tackled. There needs to be some ways for cost-effective, innovative forms of information processing. There should be some enhanced insights and decision making to handle big data. What is the need of big data? Big data, many softwares are there that cannot be developed using traditional approaches of data handling. Reasons: timely output, better analytics, and vast amount of data that has to be handled. There should be some ways to have better insights and better decision support system. Area of applications of big data are public sector services, healthcare contribution. If we talk about healthcare contribution, suppose we want to develop a software for patient monitoring, then to determine present health parameters, different sensors or different machines are required. All machines can produce outputs in different formats. That means processing such huge variety of data is not in the scope of traditional RDBMS based tools. So we need some tools which are capable to handle such a huge variety of databases. Learning services nowadays involves videos, audios, etc. and it is very difficult for relational model to handle such needs. Insurance services, industrialized and natural resources, transportation services, banking sectors and fraud detection. These are some area of applications in which big data is needed. What are the limitations of RDBMS so that it cannot support big data? First, the data size has increased tremendously to the range of petabytes. 1 petabyte is equals to 1024 terabytes. RDBMS finds it challenging to handle such huge data volumes. To address this, RDBMS added more central processing units or more memory to the database management system to scale up vertically. Second, the majority of the data comes in a semi-structured or unstructured format from social media, audio, video, text and emails. However, the second problem related to unstructured data is outside the purview of RDBMS because relational database just cannot categorize unstructured data. They are designed and structured to accommodate structured data such as weblog sensors or financial data. So it will be very difficult for RDBMS based tools to handle this kind of data. So tools used for big data. Nowadays Apache Hadoop is a buzzword. What is Hadoop? Hadoop is an open source Java based programming framework that supports the processing and storage of extremely large data sets in a distributed computing environment. It is part of the Apache project sponsored by Apache Software Foundation. It gives a platform and it gives so many tools used for big data. The main tool used for big data is Hadoop. Hadoop is an open source Java based programming framework that supports the processing and storage of extremely large data sets in a distributed computing environment. It is part of Apache project sponsored by Apache Software Foundation. If we just check about Hadoop, it is having two versions, Hadoop 1 and Hadoop 2. In Hadoop 1, it is based upon distributed file system and processing technique is MapReduce. In MapReduce, it is going to divide the problem in chunks and work upon different chunks. This is not suitable. This is not suitable for online type of application. To overcome this problem, Hadoop 2 has been evolved, in which an extra layer has been included, and that is called Yarn, in which cluster management or resource management is done by the Yarn, and it has given the flexibility to use MapReduce as well as other data processing techniques within that. Using Hadoop as a platform, many other softwares can be used like Hive, MongoDB, Cassandra. The list is quite large. So depending upon the application required, a particular software can be picked. Hadoop provide as a platform to all the application. Other possible tools for big data are Microsoft HD Insight, NoSQL. NoSQL is basically the query processing technique. Traditionally we use SQL to process the queries, but as the type of data has changed from structured to semi-structured or unstructured, we require some other kind of query language to process these kind of data. So we need NoSQL. NoSQL is not only SQL. To handle unstructured data, NoSQL database store unstructured data with no particular schema. Each row can have its own set of column values. NoSQL gives better performance in storing massive amount of data. There are many open source NoSQL databases are available to analyze big data. And to process big data, firstly we have so many tools for storing big data, so many tools to process big data. We can categorize depending upon their usage. If we compare SQL versus NoSQL, SQL can be used for relational databases and it is good for structured data and transactional data. It gives high performance in such kind of workloads. But NoSQL is a non-relational database managed. NoSQL is good for non-relational data. Schema-less architecture allows for frequent changes to the database and easy addition of varied data to the system. Difficulties regarding SQL is cannot be scale up. That means if the volume of the data is going to be increased, that could not be handled by SQL. But as far as NoSQL is concerned, installation, management and tool sets are not standardized yet. They are in a maturing stage and it can be slower response rates. Some examples of NoSQL databases are DynamoDB, MongoDB, Couchbase, Riak. As we know, SQL based softwares are MySQL, Postgre, SQL Server, Oracle, etc. Now, if we talk about the processing tools of MapReduce, MapReduce use basic programming technique called Big Data use basic programming technique called MapReduce. A MapReduce job usually splits the input data set into independent chunks which are processed by the map task in a completely parallel manner. The framework sorts the output of the maps, which are then input to the reduce task. Typically, both the input and the output of the job are stored in a file system. If we just represent it pictorially, suppose we are having a file and we want to count a particular word in that particular file. So, using MapReduce technique, first stage is split. In split, first file is going to be divided into different chunks. First map phase, in map phase, the processing is done on each and every chunk as it is described in this diagram. Count of each and every alphabet is given. A is 1, B is 1, R is 1. In second chunk, it is C is 1, again C is 1. The count of each and every alphabet has been taken. Under shuffle and sort process, all files are to be compiled up and it is to be combined. So, A from each and every chunk has been combined. B from each and every chunk has been combined. So, same for C as R. In the reduce phase, the output of shuffle and sort is going to be combined and resultant will be A is 2, B is 2, C is 3, R is 2. That means in this file, A is coming twice, B is coming twice, C is coming thrice and R is coming twice. If this application is to be done in a normal data processing format, then one by one each word has to be checked out. So, by dividing the whole document into different parts, the processing can be quite fast. So, MapReduce is basically a distributed processing technique in which the processing can be done on various chunks in parallel so that it could be more fast. So, big data, firstly, map phase is there. Whatsoever is the output, it will be given to the reduce phase and reduce phase will give you an output and that will be saved in your. So, MapReduce provide quite a fast platform for big data processing. If we just sum up all the tools or technologies or platforms required for big data, for doing so, we just have to first categorize data into two categories. One is your data management, second is your data science. Data management is just recording and transforming data. Data science is to have some predictive values, to help some decision making from that data being stored. If we just talk about the tools or platforms available, using SQL to transform for data management, it is Oracle or MySQL or Teradata. If we talk about NoSQL, the tools available are MongoDB, Cassandra, HBase. For MapReduce technique, it will be Cloudera, Mohoth, SAS, Hive, etc. And if we want a real-time processing, we need Storm. Actually, MapReduce technique is based upon batch processing and that is not good for online processing. And when we need to develop a application based upon real-time processing, we need some different kind of a software which is capable to handle such needs, and that is your Storm. For analytics, we are having Spotfire, Tableau, etc. These are the wider big data landscape categorized into various categories. Can big data and RDBMS coexist? If we just check the history of computers, every new technology has replaced the older one. But if we compare big data and RDBMS, they are definitely going to be in the future because big data has different domain of applications and RDBMS have different. that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that can have some benefit for you. Thank you.